Welcome to this special property investment update. Today I'm joined by Andrew Coulter, Director of Sales and Marketing for TESSA Group. Andrew's had over 7 years of experience in the real estate industry. Today, Andrew's going to provide a recap of 2014 and a bit of a what's ahead for the 2015 market. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you, Nick. Great to be here.
Andrew, the name TESSA,
Yes.
where did it come from?
The name TESSA was a play on words. Obviously, it's reversed of asset. So we believe it's important that everyone who obviously purchases that property or has invested interest in a piece of real estate understands the fundamentals of what they're investing in. So it's as creative as we get here at the TESSA Group, and it's asset backwards.
Fantastic. Very interesting. 2014 was an interesting year for the property market in Brisbane.
Yes.
Can you provide our listeners a brief recap of exactly what happened this year?
I think what we saw in 2014, when we're talking about the residential property market, was significant growth in new dwellings. And what we're seeing, those new dwellings was very much concentrated in the inner city market. So we're talking areas such as the Fortitude Valley, South Brisbane and West End. There's been fantastic infrastructure put into these areas, as well as these areas being rejuvenated as well. So coupling these infrastructure and the rejuvenation, we're seeing a lot more people wanting to live in these areas right now, and also the new employment. For example, down in the Fortitude Valley now, the Bank of Queensland moved in. Also Macquarie Bank. Energex, Queensland's largest power provider. We're starting to see these large companies, which we've never seen before, moving from the CBD into local suburbs and creating a lot more growth in these areas. And the residential, obviously, coming off the back of that, will only seem to improve as the year rolls on.
Some interesting changes and some interesting shifts.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think we'll continue to see as the time goes on. I mean, Fortitude Valley has changed significantly over the last 8 years, and we'll continue to see a rise in employment in the area, which will only bring more people. And that will therefore, I believe, personally, will only fuel more residential dwellings for the areas as well as West End, which is seeing the same changes as what we're seeing in the north.
Fantastic.
Yeah, yes.
I've heard a lot about interstate investors targeting Brisbane.
Yep.
And hearing a lot about people from Sydney and Melbourne buying in the Brisbane market.
Yes.
Can you tell the listeners why are they looking at the Brisbane market?
What we've seen compared to the other markets is, I think everyone understands, most importantly in Australia, is the property cycle. Where we've seen Melbourne have a lot of supply over the last 3 to 4 years, and it's coming up to that 11 to 12 o'clock. So we're kind of nearing that full marketplace. And also, we all understand what's happening in Sydney right now as well. Obviously, prices aren't obviously attractive to an investor as they're going quite aggressively every 12 months. So right now, Brisbane over the last 5 to 7 years has come through a down cycle, and we're now at that 6 o'clock, and we're starting to really pick up through the 6 to 7 right now and growing as a city, also increasing our rental yields. So our rental yields have been sitting at between 5 to 6% conservatively, which is significantly higher than what you're seeing on the East Coast right now into the different marketplaces. So I think we'll continue to see Sydney and Melbourne as well as Perth invest into Brisbane with what's going on in the area. The population, the infrastructure, and the employment is creating a very, very good story and a good rental market.
You mentioned yields. How do the Brisbane property market yields compare with those in Sydney and Melbourne?
Right now, and look, with the Urbis research that we use here at TESSA, which is most importantly, we are research guided, we're seeing yields right now in Sydney CBD anywhere between 2 to 3%, which is quite significant to Brisbane, averaging at 5% right now. So that's why I think we'll continue to see those Sydney investors based on the rental yields as well as the affordability. Right now with 1 bedrooms at $430,000 average price for that inner city marketplace is causing a great attraction to these investors down south.
Andrew, thanks for sharing information on the market in 2014. Now, fast forwarding a few months,
yes,
we're not far away from the start of 2015.
Yes.
Can you tell the listeners what you think is going to happen in the market next year?
Great, no problems at all. What I see happening in the inner city marketplace here in Brisbane is exactly, I think, very similar to what we saw in 2014. We'll have some new residential projects going into the north and south, and also some new ones and some key landmark developments going to the Brisbane CBD, which again will continue to grow our city. I mean, just recently we had the G20 in Brisbane CBD, which was fantastic, putting us on the world stage. Again, the infrastructure projects are continuing around the inner city, linking the north and the south very easily, and again the population from our fellow states close by as well, we'll continue to see positive migration from the local states as well. So I think we'll see a very much continued year of what we saw last year, and we're looking forward to seeing what it brings.
Sounds positive for Brisbane.
It does, and I think with the investment in infrastructure, and that can only make the city better and increase employment, so it can only be a good thing.
Fantastic. Well, Andrew, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for sharing your thoughts on the market.
Excellent. Thank you, Ned.
We've got some free property reports that can help you with your research if you're looking at investing in the market in 2015. If you like these reports, please call us on the number that you'd see on the screen, and we'll be happy to arrange these for you. Have a fantastic night. Look forward to seeing you soon.